Hello and welcome to Full Sail Hall of Fame. Thank you to everybody who's here in the room with us on campus, and thank you to all of you at home who are streaming in live. This is an interactive conversation, kind of a campsite fireside chat, so we'd like to invite all of you into the conversation. I'm going to kick it off. My name is Lisa Necrason. I work here in career development at Full Sail University, and I hope you'll help me put your hands together for Mr. Josh Gudwin.
Thank you, guys.
Our guest today.
Thank you.
Award-winning producer, and I love the tagline, he makes records for a living, and I'd like to add the word hit records for a living is what he does. Hopefully you've all done your research on his incredible list of credits and credentials. One thing that I found when I was doing my research on you, Josh, I love the analogy that one of the articles recently stated in his recent work with Justin Bieber on his album titled Purpose. You would kind of consider Justin to be like the navigator of that project, and Josh would be considered the driver. And so the beauty in that analogy is that you can see one can't really exist without the other. It's a very interactive process, and they're both artists of their own craft. So I want to talk a little bit about the behind-the-scenes craft and how you're preparing to kind of take those skills out into the industry. You can do a lot of Google searches to find out a lot of information on Josh, but that's not why we're here today. We want to find out those things that can't be found on Google or his bio or anything that you might read about him. So I'd like to kick it off with a question about your final days here at Full Sail. Like, what were you doing to prepare for the maybe research that you needed to do to launch your career and build your network, obviously, to do what you do?
Yeah, so my situation was I had a couple of buddies living in Los Angeles. They all did film, and so like when you work on film, everybody needs like production assistants, and they're the ones that like lift stuff and move stuff and unload stuff and load stuff. And at the time, they paid like, I don't know, like $100, $150 a day for a 12-hour day. So I would do that like 3 days a week and just hustle on the studio side and try to get a job on the studio side. I kind of jumped forward. When I like right before I graduated, like me and a couple buddies decided to go out to Los Angeles. So we all just packed our cars and drove out there. And I just happened to be set up with my buddies, and I just slept on their couch for like a year.
Yep.
And got situated.
So you knew that was what you were going to do, and the final days you knew you were just going to get to LA. That's where you needed to be.
Yeah, that's all. I didn't have like a game plan, what studios I was going to go to or anything like that. I just started doing all that when I got out there.
Yep. So did you know that you wanted to go in to make records? Or did you have a set point that you were going to kind of build a blueprint to get there?
No, like I knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't really know what it meant, to be honest with you guys. Like I didn't know what it entailed. I didn't know like the work it took. I just knew I wanted to do it. And so when it came to working hard, I find that fairly easy because all you got to do is just work hard.
Yep.
And then, the skills just develop over the years of projects, years of cutting, years of working with artists and personalities and navigating the murky waters of the music industry.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it.
They're hard to see through sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot that happens once you get to LA. What was your first gig? Do you remember?
Interning at the studio Track Record. And then I left that studio as an assistant engineer and then went to Record Plant. And when I got to Record Plant, I met everybody that I work with today, currently directly or indirectly.
That's huge.
Record Plant kind of like was the hub for my growing experience.
And how soon after graduation was that?
2006, 7, maybe 2007-ish.
So a couple years?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fast.
Maybe 2 years.
On the continuum for a lot of people, but that's awesome. So you can see I'm very chatty, and I would love to sit up here and hog the mic, but that's not why we're here either. So I want to volley it out to you. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We're going to get you a mic. It's the only way that our live stream can hear it. And once we get you a mic, I see a hand right here in the second row. If you would please tell us your name and what degree program you're in.
My name is Daniel Somavilla, and I'm a music pro.
Hi, Daniel.
Hey. Oh, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I like your shoes.
The bricks?
Yeah.
Felt lazy this morning.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, I know you mix in Despacito,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if you actually like collabed or like put in some input with Andres Torres.
Yeah.
He mixed it in the Luis Fonsi. So like, did you guys like work together or like to see a different approach, or like did you guys talk, feedback to see like, is this what like it originally meant to be, or like did you just took your own approach?
All right. So Despacito, I know there's not like a lot of time here. I think I've told someone here, someone might have heard the story, but it was all very last minute. It all turned around in like 5.5 days and got put out.
Wow.
Yeah. So when
Wow.
things move that fast in the record industry, all the like communication is at the top level. So Andres already had the song mixed, and it was already a smash, right? So when I had it, all I basically did was arrange, recut, vocal produce Justin, remix all that stuff together. And so when I sent off my passes, they of course got a pass. Justin gets a pass. Luis gets a pass. Daddy Yankee gets a pass. So you get blessings from everybody, But nothing really needed to be changed. So it was pretty fluid, pretty fast.
Fluid and lightning speed fast. That's amazing. I didn't know that. I saw a couple other hands. I want to make sure that we get mics over here. Sorry okay, thank you.
Hey Josh, how's it going?
Going good.
My name is Steven. I'm in recording arts.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, how's it going? You mentioned the industry could, have a lot of murky water. How did you navigate through that when you first started out, when you encountered these?
By swimming safely, a lot of swimming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a mentor that helped you, guide you along the path?
Did I have a mentor?
Yes,
Yeah, there's a couple key people that helped me out. Ku Carell helped me out a lot. And just, people that you meet along the way will help you out. It's a lot of, trial and error,
Having a mentor is key.
Yeah, having a mentor will change your game and step you up and level you guys up to where you need to be. It's just, you gotta relate to them on a very personal level and, kind of like a relationship thing. So not everybody gels with everybody, and that's perfectly fine, but you gotta find the people that you gel with. And if they happen to be awesome, then you'll probably be awesome.
Yeah. Surround yourself with greatness. Always good advice. Sorry, I can't see the hands out there, but if you want to raise your hand if you have a question. Do we see the mics going anywhere?
Yeah, you guys got to also keep in mind the path to getting your career up is a lot of just hard work, right? And the people that don't make it through are usually because they overprice themselves out of living, or they get discouraged with their positions and they leave. And then, it's the people that stick around and push through it and are smart about what they're doing are the ones that usually make it, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So.
And building a really great, solid reputation straight out of the gate. Trust is a huge thing in this industry. Yeah. So can you think of any possible mistakes you may have made along the way that you learned from that may have turned into a great thing in the end?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that is you never know who's who, right? So my assistant could eventually be my boss, or that intern over here could eventually give me work, or I might do a project with someone in this classroom in 5 years. You never know. It's
That's right.
You never know who's who. So you got to treat everybody with the equal amount of respect and, some human decency.
Great advice. And do you have any advice for those that are sitting here in those final stages at Full Sail where they should be preparing, doing research? What kind of things before they head out to LA? Maybe sometimes that's a scary thing to come, especially because they're going across country if they're from here. Mm-hmm. Do you think a leap of faith and a move is the right thing to do?
Yeah, I do. You guys are students now, but you're new professionals, right? Everybody wants to do this for a living, so you guys got to start changing the mentality of not knowing what you're doing and being a student to be like, okay, I'm going to start my profession right now. I'm going to do this. This is what I'm doing. And, once you change your mindset and you're okay with whatever that is, then you usually start to, turn over the next rock and see what else is out there and experience some new stuff. It's changing job positions from doing nothing to doing a lot. It's you have to take the initiative and know when the opportunity arises and change your mindset and be like, okay, I'm doing this now. This is what I'm doing. It's this is who I am now. It's I don't know.
So when you got to LA, did you go with any of your fellow Full Sailors, or did you know anybody when you got there?
I went with two buddies that one now lives in Texas and just teaches in Texas, and my other buddy works for Line 6 in Seattle.
So you
And
had
then
a
my
good.
film guys do their film stuff still.
That's
they're like
awesome.
directing and like they're like, you know, they moved up too.
But you stayed connected through
Yeah.
the years.
Totally.
That's great. Yeah, everybody in here is a contact. You know, you all are kind of going to do the same thing, so it's really important to stay connected with each other. I'm sorry, the lights are so bright, I can't see hands, and I don't want you to be nervous. This is a great opportunity. We've got somebody right
ask
here in
away,
the second.
guys. Whatever you guys want to know, I'll answer.
So, hey,
Hi.
my name is Guillermo. I'm also in Music Pro, and my question is related to like being part of Justin's team and working on some of his records and stuff, and like being there every day, and also seeing people like Skrillex and Diplo that are from an EDM scene,
Yeah.
starting to collaborate and get into the pop scene. How do you see that relationship right now? Do you think it's working, and do you see that in the future it will be happening even more?
I think it'll happen more. You know, I think Skrillex will co-produce and produce anybody he wants to. I mean, he's one of the most talented dudes I ever known. He's a freaking monster. As far as like his next project, I would like Skrillex to, you know, contribute to it, just because I think he's incredible. You know, he delivers a sound. His frequency game is on point. Like his sonics are really next level still. Every time he comes to play me music, I'm always just like, play me that like tarantula melt in the city type of stuff. So I like Skrillex a lot. And Diplo's, he's super talented too, so he'll probably, I don't know, they've been contributing with Justin for a couple years, a couple albums. I don't know if that answered your question.
That help?
And how do you see like other artists from the EDM scene like getting into it? Do you think that like in pop, artists are seeing the success that happened after getting into Skrillex? Sorry.
Like what Zed's doing?
Yeah, like Zed is now into that. DJ Snake is into that. But
Yeah.
do you think that more and more EDM artists are going to like cross that border?
I think that's been happening for years now already, you know. The Latin market right now is kind of like taking charge of that whole scene as opposed to crossing over. I mean, EDM's still big, but like what's coming into me is a lot of Latin music, and the stuff is done really well. Like these guys have been doing it for a long time. They've been on the wave for years now, and the wave is moving so fast that if you try to jump on it and you're not as authentic as they are, you're gonna get washed up and miss it. So, you know, I think about it like that, you know. But EDM music is still around and strong.
I want to make sure that we encourage our online people to get involved too. You can direct your questions online. Hi, welcome.
How you doing? Hola. My name is Juwan. I'm in music business. How you doing, man?
Excellent.
That's good.
You guys inspire me.
Thank you.
Seeing all these faces here inspire me. It's like you guys are the next generation, and you know, hopefully one day you could be my boss. One of you might be someone's boss here. You never know.
My question was, what would you tell a music artist to be better in, like a better recording artist, like to perfect their craft at that, so they can get the most out of what they do in the studio?
You know, I would say to that is like the technical side. It's important for me to know everything about what I'm doing: engineering, mixing, producing. You know, dealing with the people, all that stuff. So an artist, if I relate that to what an artist should know, they should know how to be a good recording artist, a good writer. They should know their voice. They should know when their voice is not right. They should know, you know, the best key. They should know their voice. Like, I know my skill sets. You know, a lot of that's on them to get to know everything that they should know to make everything better. Tell them to school up and level up.
I have a question from Jenny. She wanted to know what role, if any, did career development play into your career search after Full Sail?
Career dev got me a couple, like, I'm not sure if they got me track record, that internship, but, you know, I got a lot of emails from them. But at the time, honestly, I was making more money doing production assistant work, and I didn't go to school for or for show production or movie stuff, so I wasn't getting those gigs. Keep in mind, guys, the audio industry pays very little starting off. The production world pays a little more, so if you can moonlight getting money where you need to get money to live and follow your dreams, I highly suggest that. But yeah, I mean, the people I talk to now are all career devs, so.
And you're building your network on those other internships or the production assistant gigs because everybody's connected in this industry. That's just the way it goes. As he mentioned before, you never know if your assistant's going to be your boss on the next project. So,
Yeah.
great. Somebody in the back.
Hey Josh,
I've-
music business student. For someone looking to do what you did and pick up and move, where do you think the best music business market is to do that?
Nashville, Los Angeles.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of them. Wow, where do you think about moving?
I'm a big hip hop guy. I'm into management, so I'm looking in between LA and Atlanta.
Yeah, so I would just go back and forth. It might be cheaper to live in Atlanta.
Definitely.
You know, LA is super expensive, and
A lot cheaper.
you gotta do it right. Unless you got family money, like you have to be really smart with your money.
Yeah.
Atlanta's cheaper. You can get the same effect, maybe.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, but there might be a higher level of I don't know how to say this without sounding like bad. There might be a higher monetary level in LA. Cost of living goes up, but your your pay goes up too. So it's kind of like the same thing. I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Right. It depends on where you probably want to land ultimately. You can certainly build a resume in Atlanta, and it's an easier move from here, but depending on where you want to be, I mean, LA is definitely the capital here in this country.
Both good choices, though.
Hi, my name is Byron. I'm in recording arts. I was wondering what it was like working on your first major project coming out of school, and how that affected you now, like keeping the connections you had from Full Sail and so on.
So what's the question?
Like, how did you? How was it like working on your first major project
It
coming out of
was
school?
incredible. Yeah, it was like everything I thought it would be and more. Yeah, like I can't remember like the first like major artist guy or girl that I worked with. I think it might have been T.I. or something around there. But I just remember being like, yo, this is awesome. And I haven't stopped. It's like when you mix, I don't mean to like go off the subject, but like when you mix and your mix is like on point, you get a high, you get a rush, like it feels incredible. So like those little trigger things, I try to find that. Like a good song will give you goosebumps. Like I try to search for those little gems and make myself feel good like that. You know what I mean? In a selfish way, but a good way.
Yeah, it's an art all its own.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm from show production. My question is, compared to when you first entered the industry till now, is there a certain skill set that is now more useful going into the industry now than it was back then?
Still all hard work. Work harder than the next person and learn as you go. Don't make the same mistake twice. All that stuff that everybody keeps telling you. The older I get, the more I find out it's kind of true. You know, hard work got me to where I am. I'm not the smartest guy. I wasn't the best in school, you know. So I attribute a lot of it to work. Work ethic.
Work ethic is huge, and that's definitely what gets the phone ringing more, and that word gets out fast.
Yeah.
As you've probably all heard, it's hard to find great people. So when you work hard and you build that reputation, it's lays the groundwork for your career.
Yeah, be
Hi.
Be a good person.
Hi, my name is Wadi. I'm in Film Masters.
Nice.
But I just wanted to know how has your networking here at Full Sail helped you push further in your career now?
My networking in Full Sail, like honestly, I don't share like work with a lot of Full Sail grads. A couple of guys I work with came from Full Sail, but it's all like we're solo sport type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? We roll parallel, but we're solo sport in a way. So my networking from Full Sail just brings me back here, and you know, talking to you guys. To me, that's more important than the guys I graduated with because we've already been doing it. You know, building relationships with the young cats are like what inspires me. And to be honest with you, like you all should take opportunities and try to do that with the people that you meet here and us and all that stuff. I just got my last assistant engineer from the last Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like
Did you hear that?
before that, my buddy Ben Rice went to school here, and he's now producing vocals with Gaga, Selena Gomez, and like all these dope artists and songwriters. Like you know, who else? What's her name? Julia Michael, who's incredible. Like he works with her a lot. He's a Full Sail guy, and both these guys took the initiative to reach out to me and to make it happen. It's like I got a couple business cards from kids, and like I encourage you guys to have business cards. But I'm not gonna search you guys out. You guys gotta search us out, right? If you want something, you guys gotta be the one to search it. I'm not going through business cards and emailing people. 'Cause I just don't have the time or the want, you know? You guys are the ones that have to email us. To the point where it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got it, you know?
No, it's true. This is a common theme, whether I'm talking to you or Rick Fears or any of the other, they're here on campus right now because they are wanting to give back. I know sometimes it can feel intimidating because they're so successful, but following up and staying connected, this is your opportunity to build your network with these incredible, accomplished alumni who are already out there doing it, making their mark out there.
We want to pass the torch, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to hold this thing forever. So it's like, and Ben Rice, not to talk too much about that, but Ben flew out to LA like 3 times to meet me. And he hung out in Bieber sessions. He was super cool, tested him out on those 3 runs, and then got him a job at Record Plant, and he took it from there. So that was on him. He did all that. I just recognized that and enabled him. And that's, you know, so a lot of that's on you guys to make those things, create the opportunities. Because there's definitely tons of work, tons of awards, tons of money, all that stuff is not going to go away anytime soon. So I would hunt that down.
Hunt that down. It's the name of the game. Definitely in this personal because our modern wired world, we rarely get this face-to-face interaction. So it's a really great opportunity. My mic runners, and the next person that asks a question, can you stand up so we can see you? We know where we're looking. Great, thank you.
Daniel again. Hey, I wanted to ask you. I noticed you worked with Soulja Boy like back in the day.
Yeah.
And also you're working out with like Juanes and other people. Like, what's your preference? Like, do you like the Latin music?
I love the Latin music. I don't prefer a Soulja Boy session, to be honest. Like, I only did a couple songs with him, so it's like, I'm not really into that scene, you know? You know, when you're dealing with artists like Juanes, these guys are 20-year veterans. They know how to treat people. They're super awesome and humble and enjoyable to be around, encourage you to be creative, you know, and they're essentially enablers for us, and like, those are the types of people I choose to work with.
Okay.
Soulja Boy, you know, he's fun, but it's like a basic engineering, as basic as engineering can get. It's just recording, you know.
Yeah. I'm planning on moving out to New York right after I graduate. Do you know, like, anytime, like, how do I make a living or, like, be able to...
New York's hard.
Yeah.
Like, how to, like, since I'm moving over there, I don't have any people. So it's like, how do you manage to, like, intern, but then also survive, like, be able to eat?
Yeah, I don't know. My advice would not be to do that. Only because New York is like such a dense city. You got to know people. You got to have a support group. It's expensive. The studio business, the recording business is not as like popping as LA or Nashville. It's cold, man. You got to have cold winter gear.
It is very cold.
I don't know. I wish you the best, but it's tough. Okay. Yeah, you seem like the person that could handle it.
Thank you.
And definitely build your network in New York first while you're here through LinkedIn. We have a Full Sail alumni page of over 80,000 connections all over the country. So search out those New York-based people. And then we have a career networking event that happens annually in New York. So that would be a good place to land. If that's a definite thing on your path, he's right. You got to know people. You got to, really create a beautiful network around yourself.
I love New York, dude. I'm not hating on New York. It's hard. It's harder.
Yeah, it's hard.
I have another question from the online viewers. Ruth of Film Masters wants she wants to know what the most exciting project that you've worked on has been.
They're all exciting in their own ways. It's like, I'm gonna revert it back to like dating. Like over the years, you date all these people. You like certain things about the people from relationships you're on. So I relate the music career. It's very personal. So it's all about relationships, and not all relationships are sexual. So in that sense, like I take something away positive from every session I work on. So I don't just have one, Ruth. I like all the stuff I work on pretty much, to be honest.
That's a great answer. Very politically correct too. Good question. All right, friends, do we have any more?
Giovanni, Music Business Program.
Gio.
I would like to know, who are some of the influencers that have affected your life, or who are you following now in your current day-to-day?
I don't know, man. Random things influence me. I don't have like 3 people that influence me. It's just, I'm influenced by a bunch of stuff. you know, anybody that's made good music in the past that I like, you know, I don't know how to answer that question. I just don't have like one person, you know. I'm influenced by everything, you know. I don't want to say it like this, but like I don't set a lot of goals. I just do things, you know, and everything else happens. So if I'm influenced by something, you know, I'll search it out and do my research on it. But I don't like look to that for motivation. I don't know. That's just my thing.
Okay. Good. Your truth is your truth. Very nice and candid.
Got your hand up.
Yes, I see a few hands over here.
Yo, but I encourage everybody to have, just because I'm saying what I'm saying doesn't mean it's, you know, doesn't mean nothing really. It's just my thing.
Hey, I'm Aaron I'm in recording arts. You remember me from like 3 hours ago?
Yeah, I saw you this morning.
I kind of wanted to ask you, like, for me, when I'm working on a song, like, no matter what, no matter how far I go, even if I send it to other people and they're like, this is the best song you've ever made, there's just this part of the song to me that it feels kind of not perfect or not right, and I feel like it's just because it's my music, that it's something that I worked on or I produced, mixed, that it sounds different to me than it does to other people. Do you experience that? And if so, like,
all the time.
Does it still like affect you that, like, even if you feel like you made something like as perfect as can be, it just still doesn't sound quite right to you because it's something that you did?
Yeah, totally. Like, there's like, you know, your whole you know, like your whole bond to that song is different from everybody else that listens to it because you created it. So you're gonna see flaws in your work like no one else will. But I think the takeaway from that is just keep working, and the flaws get smaller, and all that stuff gets smaller and smaller until you dial it into the point where, you know, it's not even an issue anymore. You don't think about it anymore. Because like my mixes still, I don't like listening to them because I always want to change things, you know. So I would say it gets better over the years. It gets easier over the years too.
That's a really good, insightful question. I think a lot of artists, and this is truly an art, and everybody goes through that. There's a lot of self-doubt in everything that we do. So
I still have self-doubt, you know, like I still like wake up some days and be like, man, I freaking suck. And then like I might just be depressed about like something that happened last night. It might have nothing to do with nothing, you know what I'm saying? So like get out of bed, go for a hike, go to the studio.
Go for a hike.
Feel good.
I like that.
Yeah, get outdoors, move your legs.
That's right.
Yep.
Am I missing someone over here? Can you stand up, please? Thank you.
Hi, my name's Ben. I'm in the RA program, but looking to switch into Show Pro. I've had exposure in both fields, and I really like doing both. I was wondering, being where you're at, do you think it's possible to work in both fields, or is it better to just dedicate to one and really pursue that one side of it?
Yeah, I would stick to one, do it the other one as a hobby. So without knowing you, I would show pro and record as a hobby, make music as a hobby. Because being on tour is fun, dude. Have a lot of fun. And if you're young, I don't know how old you are, I can't tell because it's bright.
Yeah.
But if you're young, I would say travel a couple years, get that out, you know?
100%. Great advice. And in Show Pro, there's so much opportunity. So you can work steadily in show production.
There's like a defined job and rate in show production.
Exactly.
Like, what I do is like the sliding scale is so drastic.
Right.
I don't have like a set scale of anything.
And you're going to build your network in Show Pro. So that's a big thing too. Good question. Thank you.
Out of show of hands, who here is recording music production? I just want to see. Yeah, a good fair amount of you. It's a tough industry, but it's a fun one. And then show production, you said your show production, Who's show production?
Yeah, how many Show Pro?
Yeah, show production's fun. I got a lot of friends that do that stuff. They love it.
We have any music business in the room? Yeah, couple?
Good,
Nice.
we all need that.
Great. Hi.
Hi, how you? Am I on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Excellent.
So I did a little bit of research before I came in here, and I saw you have military background.
Yes.
I would like to ask a question based a little bit on that. How did you, you know, as a veteran, we're known to be a little bit rough around people. How were you able to like balance that when you were like stepping foot into this industry?
Well, like I got out in 2005, and I, you know, the first girlfriend I had when I got out of the Marines, like was really understanding, and like she was like, you can't like talk like that, you can't act like that around like normal people, because I've been doing it for so long, living in the worst places in the world, and so like it just takes time to smooth it over, And like I had good bosses that were like, slow down, Josh, like slow down, like I don't know, just people along the way helped me out, is what I'm saying.
And it also works in your favor. Anytime I see a military background on a resume or find that out about somebody, I know they're going to be very disciplined, reliable. There's an ethic that's already intrinsic to that background.
You know how to work already.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be afraid of it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So we're getting down to last 5 to 7 minutes of our presentation. Would love for you to take full advantage of this opportunity. If you have any burning questions, yes?
I'm Ryan from Show Production. I was curious, what's your end goal in the entertainment industry that you're still reaching for, where you finally think that you made it?
No, I'm not there yet, no. I've only been in the industry for 10 years, right? So the next 10 years are the years I'm looking forward to be quite honest. These first 10 were like getting started, getting positioned, figuring out what I like doing, figuring out what I'm good at doing, getting better at the things that I'm not good at doing, and all that stuff, putting that together. So the next 10 I'm looking forward to.
Is there still an end goal you're reaching for?
I have no end goal. No.
Just keep climbing.
Yeah, I just keep climbing. Like I said, I don't hit these goal marks. Like I don't write these marks down. A lot of my friends write down all their goals and they hit their marks, but I've been able to hit marks without setting goals, and I'm, work-wise,
Yeah, everybody's style is different and how they reach towards where they want to go. So, sir? Oh.
Josh.
Yo.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Music manager.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had worked with T.I. in his early years. He originated trap music, and in recent years it has gotten really big. Do you think that subgenre of hip-hop is going to continue to sell like it has?
I think it will. Yeah, I don't see that genre disappearing anytime soon.
All right. Thank you, man.
It's strong as ever right now.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? Want to make sure you get a mic. Oh, you got a mic? Great.
I'm on? Okay. My name is Mac Dio. I'm in the Entertainment Business Master.
Awesome.
My question for you is, what is the drive that you have that makes you get up out of bed every day and go to work and keep doing your music and keep doing your art? What keeps you going?
I just love doing it, man. To be honest with you, it's the best job in the world. It's like I go to my studio, I mix music, I feel good when I do it. It's creative. I don't have any bosses. I get paid for what I love. I meet awesome people. I travel the world. I have an awesome, fun time, fun life. It's just, there's so many positives to it, you know what I'm saying? And those are all motivators for me. I don't ever want to, whenever I feel like I'm working, especially if it's on music, I stop and I come back to it because I don't ever want to feel that way. I always want to feel like I'm having fun doing what I love, So that's my motivator, really, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got to do it because you love it, guys. If not, you're going to waste time and fizzle out.
I have a question from the online session again. William from Audio Production.
William.
He wants to know if it would be more of a benefit to begin trial mixing, possibly paid, he's not sure, before leaving school. Or
Ask him how many mixes has he done this year.
Okay, just a sec.
Hey guys, listen. When you mix records, if you want to be a mixer and you mix 3 records a month, you're not a mixer. You have to mix, 20 records a month. And then when you hit your couple hundred mixes, that's when you start to really get good at it. It's something that has to happen a lot before you can get good at it, just like anything else we do in life. So if he's mixing 3 songs a year or a month or whatever, I would say mix more. And you got to do a lot of trial mixes. No one wants to pay for a bad mix.
Thank you for saying that. That is huge.
They just don't want to.
Yeah. Did he answer by chance how many mixes he's done?
He hasn't yet.
Yeah,
no.
that's okay, but this was such great advice.
He's done 3.
Yeah,
okay,
so 3.
So keep going.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I told this story to someone. I hate repeating myself because I don't know who heard it or not, but before I started mixing and I was doing a lot more engineering, I did 3 label mixes one year and I felt really good about myself. I was like, I did 3 mixes. And now I'm doing, 5 a week.
Wow.
3 to 5 a week. So it's all relative. It gets to a point where I don't want to mix anymore because it's too much work and takes away too much of my time, and I'll spread load it out a little bit. But, you got to always go higher. 3 mixes, like, I would ask everybody in this room if I could mix her stuff, and I would try to mix it, you know?
Great advice. I know we're out of time, but she's had her hand up for the whole time. I want to make sure we get her a mic.
Let's get her a mic.
Yes. One last question, please.
Hi.
Thank you.
My name is Jennifer De Los Santos. I'm from MCBS, which is Media Communications. And my question is a little bit different. What is one thing you wish somebody would have told you when you were sitting where we're sitting now?
Well, I heard it 1,000 times, but I keep hearing it when I come back here, and anything's possible. Like, seriously, like you're the one that sets your life up, right? So I would say anything you want to do is freaking possible. So I would just do it. And this industry too is like, you know, like a bird takes flight. No one's pushing you off. Like, go. You just gotta go. You know, it's like there's no rules. Like, just go get it.
Thank you.
Whatever it is you want. That doesn't apply to music, you know.
Go get it. And it's true, it doesn't apply just to music. You've
Go
got to
get it.
get in the game. You got to go get out there. What a great note to end on, Josh. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here, for the energy you brought to the room. Thank you to our online community for being with us. And please help me thank Josh for his time and his energy. And
Thank you guys.
Happy Hall of Fame.